Hello, it's Binni here. Can you guys hear me? Let me know whether you can hear me by typing I think yes. Thanks a lot for joining. Let me know whether you can see my screen, hear me by typing yes. Okay, that's great. All right, we are still waiting for some other people to come in and join us here in the live streaming. All right, so I just start off a little bit slowly. You'll be able to see my screen, and I have 3 things to do today. Number 1 is to go through with you live on Watch and Means. I know that you are trading in the stocks, right? But I've shown in the MarketWise event about non-stocks. So today we're gonna visit the stocks and see what we can do with Watch and Means. All right. Now, second thing is that there's a promotion going on. That means 100% cost refund. So the cost is $700, and yes, you get the $700 refunded back to you. I'm just gonna talk about how to do it, and there are requirements, how we can actually fulfill these requirements easily. I'm just gonna demonstrate to you how to do that later on. All right. And lastly, that some of you wrote to me to ask whether you can have a test of the indicator that plots the up arrow and down arrow. So the answer is yes. I'm just gonna show you how you can get that indicator. All right. Okay, good. Thanks a lot. And have you had your dinner yet? Because dinner is very important. Because the session probably is gonna be like 1.5 hours. So some of you might be having dinner while listening to me, but don't worry, you have the replay of the session sent to you tomorrow. That means that you are going to get a replay of the session sent to you so that you can watch it again if you need to leave the session at any one point of time. All right? Okay, so let's get started. All right, I just want to introduce myself again. Because I did a brief introduction during the MarketWise event. But I just want to highlight again that I'm actually trading into many instruments. All right. So when I first started, I started in stocks. Okay, I started in I think it was when I was 17 years old. All right, or maybe 18 years old. I was doing my J1 or J2 junior college at that point of time. That was many years ago. I did quite well for my studies actually, but I knew that I have to be in the market. Okay, it's just something like that attracted me. So studying doesn't really attract me, but then this trading in the market does attract me. All right, so I started trading through the university, right? And of course, during that point of time, there's no QE. So if the market crashed, then it really crashed. So what I had was Asia financial crisis. What I had was dot-com burst, right? 911, 2009. That was the US subprime crisis. Okay, and from that point of time, then you start to have like QE. Okay, so I went through quite a lot and I did many instruments. So for example, if you get to know me via SGX Academy, because I'm also a trainer there, then you know that I'm actually training them on stocks, training on futures. Okay, futures trading, all right, into the Singapore market. Okay, and my own course, I'm actually doing into Forex, indices, gold, oil, and crypto. Okay, and then the last thing that I'm actually missing out is stocks. How come I'm not actually actively doing stocks, right? That's because sometimes there's many things to teach already. So I just wanted to make sure I have a bit of a rest. So I always sleep early. So I don't really do a lot of stocks and don't really do a lot of US market. Although most of my US stocks trades, they are into options. Okay, I'm a seller of options. All right. I can see Pauline here online. Okay, so Pauline came from MarketWise Asia as well, and now she is I guess, right, she is actually very active in Forex and the more liquid instruments. All right. Okay. Now, so I want to also let you know my trading profile, because the trading profile is very important for automations. All right. Now, the trading profile let you know how I'm actually trading. Okay. I'm not a trader who is staring at the screen. All right. And it's really no point to stare at the screen. Okay. I don't want to repeat this, but I just want to let you know the truth, because as we get a little bit older, wiser, all right, it's hard to be staring at a screen, all right, especially when, for example, you have my children are quite big already. So my son just entered Sec 1 this year, and then my daughter is P3, so they can handle themselves. But it's tough if you have a newborn, and then he or she is crying, and then you're trying to put in a trade. Okay, so that's why I started the morning with exercise. Then I handle the stocks first, the Singapore and the Hong Kong stocks, Hong Kong stocks as well. And then I have the FX, the indexes, oil and gold or crypto that happens, every 4 hours, which means that you can see me as a 4 hours trader. All right. So therefore, right now, what's important to me is that I don't stare at the screen. A lot of things are via automations, meaning that trades get pushed to me. And this is the reason why I want to schedule another session, because it's very difficult to talk about live, okay, how these trades get pushed and how I actually handle orders. But I just want to highlight again, okay, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be doing stocks, but I'm just saying that we should be considering other instruments. Okay, why is that so? Now, recently, whether it's US stocks or whether it's Singapore stocks or Hong Kong stocks, they've been moving down. But one particular instrument actually moved very, very well. And guess what? That's gold. All right. Now, why is it gold is moving very well? It has to do with political movement. All right, because we know that we have this Russian-Ukraine war, right? So gold has been moving very well when the others are actually not doing well, okay, coming down. Of course, we can go short, right? Okay, so I just want to highlight to consider different instruments and then how you can use automations to do that. Now, of course, I am selling a course, but the course is fully refunded. But at the same time, I built all these automations to help my students, all right? Okay, so let me just talk about first objective, what is wash and rinse, okay? Meaning that wash, it's a fake move, all right? And some of you, I've seen many of you who did my, who have done this module 1, all right? So I hope that you have completed the module 1. So wash is a fake move, often resulting in a loss, okay? So for example, you bought in, let's say, a stock, all right, and you thought that I bought in because I want it to go up. Instead of it going up, it's actually moved down. Okay, moved down. So the day that you say, okay, let me just wait for one more day before I just cut my loss. Okay, so you waited for 1 day and then it continued to move down. You say, okay, never mind, just wait for one more day, right? And it continued to move down the next day, and finally you can't stand it anymore. You decided to cut loss. Okay, the moment that you cut your loss, it just turned the other side. Okay, have you ever tried this before? That means that after you cut loss, all right, you endure for very, very long, and after you cut loss, right, and it just turned the other side. Okay, if you have had this experience before, then you are not alone. Okay, because then probably you just been wash and rinse already. All right, so the result would be retailer, they lose money, the professionals, they gain money. All right, so let me just do a very, very quick exercise. Quick exercise to ask all of you here. All right, at the point where I pointed with this blue color arrow, okay, blue color arrow. Now, let me ask a question. What do you think? Do you think that price from here is likely to go up or to go down? Okay, so you have 50% of getting it right. What do you think from here? Is it likely to go up or likely to go down? Of course, you say, hey, Binni, it's not fair because you covered, the past, the history, right? Okay, so doesn't matter. When we trade, we also don't know what is the outcome. All right, and sometimes we also don't trade into the earlier movement here. So let's just do an exercise. What do you think? Whether it is going to go up or down from this point onwards. All right, so let me just do a few things to help you, or rather to navigate a little bit about your thoughts. Okay, so for example, price has been dropping. If you follow the trend, then it will be something like this, where it follow the trend. Okay, like this, right? Okay, then it comes back down. Well, this is the trend, right? Okay, so if this is the case here, then aren't we also going to follow the trend, and then gonna potentially see it as coming down, since we learned a lot of breakout. Okay, breakout means that potentially you draw a horizontal line, price might just break below here. Okay, all right, so some says that you need to see the volume. Unfortunately, not all instruments need to see the volume. Okay, and it doesn't mean that when you see the volume you're gonna have 100% right. Okay, so this particular instrument that I'm trading into, all right, doesn't require to see the volume. So it's simple. You don't need to see the volume. You basically look at the price. All right, okay, now, so some of you can, you know, says it's up, some of you says it's down. I can see a lot of responses. Now let me just review a little bit more. Okay, so let me just clean the screen a little bit. Okay, and then show you what's in the past. In the past, okay, what's the movement? How is it like? Okay, you realize that you might be able to find things to justify, for example, that there was a horizontal line. Okay, that means that there was a horizontal line and potentially price is there at the support already. Okay, now don't worry, but how about that, you know, you take a look at what is happening right now. Perhaps that you think that it's going to hit back down, right? Because why? Because price actually you know, have some distance to the horizontal line that I've drawn. Okay, or there may be a lot of thoughts going on, such as, for example, let me just get the marker out, and you say that, hey, look, there's another horizontal line that I can take note of. Or perhaps that, you know, you're going to come up and say, hey, look, you know, there's a slight little resistance here that is going to justify that price is potentially probably going to hit back down, you know, for example, this level here. Okay, so that might be a resistance. Okay, so there are many things that might be going through your mind at the time that you are, you know, trading. Okay, so for us, we do it a little bit more systematically. Okay, so we rely on few things. Number one, we draw boxes. Okay, I don't really draw that, so all these boxes are being drawn automatically. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, we look at, we don't go and preempt. Okay, we look at this particular thing which is called wash and rinse. All right, so what is wash and rinse here? So let me just go through. Number one, see this particular bar here. All right, now price broke a previous low. So this was that previous low. All right, so price, it broke below a previous low, right? Okay, so sorry I didn't draw this line very nicely, but you know, this, we call this a wash line. Okay, now what this means is that some people, all right, whoever it is, they have shorted, you know, they think that in the future it's going to be bearish. So what they did is they sell first. Okay, it's not like stocks you need to own something before you sell. Okay, this particular instrument, whether it's Forex, whether it's gold, whether it's oil, you don't need to own anything. All right, what you do is that if you think that it's going to be bearish, it's going to go down, you have to sell. You just have to sell. All right, it's as simple as that. So some people might be selling here. Okay, that means that they think that it's going to be lower, right? Okay, so why is that so? Because they see that price has broken below a previous low, so they sold here. All right, so let me just ask you a question. Now, if you are selling here at the bar that I marked in, when do you know that things are not right? And how do you know that things are not right? Okay, so for example, if the bar that you sold is $10 here, all right, the top here is, let's say, $15, all right, and the bottom here For example, maybe it's $3. All right. So how do you know that, things are not right? Because, for example, let's say it closed at $8. Okay. Now, how do you know when things are not right after you sold? Okay. So we rely on price, right? So what we do is that we call this black color bar, we call this a wash. But we are not too sure whether, it will continue to go down or whether it's going to turn up. Okay. But what we know is that if price doesn't continue below, and if price actually turns up, and let's say, you sold at $8. So $8 was the price that you sold because you sold right at this point here. But if next day price continue to trade lower, which is, let's say, to move down to $3, then the next day, you know that you'll be safe because then you probably make money and you probably be actually taking profit. Now, what happened if price doesn't move down? What happened if price actually moved up? Let's say you sold at $8. So this was the price that you sold. And tomorrow, instead of heading up, it actually moved up and moved to $15. Okay, that means that you sold $8. The next day, it moved up and it starts to trade at $15. All right. So aren't you scared? Because you sold at $8, right? And if it ever move up to $15, then what happened is that you know that you are wrong and you probably just want to exit your trade. All right? But some people will be here to take benefit of those who have sold yesterday. Because why? They probably trap or entrap those people who see this as a downward momentum and, sort of attracted, all right, people to sell to them cheap. Okay, so if price is to move up, then we call this a rinse bar. Okay, and you guys got it correct. Okay, so this is simply wash and rinse. Okay, the concept of wash and rinse is just here. All right. Okay, so it's a very easy to apply, pattern, but in itself is very flexible. Okay, so let me just remove this and show you, all right, live, the wash and rinse. Okay, now what I've just shown you was a trade that I highlighted, which is to go long, all right, gold. Okay, so the pairing that I just highlighted was gold versus Aussie. I know that it's not a very common instrument to trade, but if you have, tapped into this trading of gold, all right, then you know that that will be a wonderful move, right? Because from the point of this wash and rinse, it actually moved all the way straight up. Okay, so let me just illustrate how to do it. So just now what I did was that I've shown you this bar here. So I call this a wash bar. Okay, so price had a close below the previous low. So that's a wash bar, okay, W. Now, we would know that it becomes a rinse bar. So this is a rinse if price closed up above the wash line. Okay, so this is how wash and rinse is being executed. All right, so likewise, you're going to see a lot of wash and rinse happening everywhere. Okay, because just alone from gold versus Aussie, all right, which is trading of gold, all right, and then you use Aussie to trade that. Okay, so for example, this place here, there was also a wash. Okay, why? Price close up. Okay, the next moment it actually rinse back down. Okay, so that's also a wash and rinse. All right, and wash and rinse can be not only a single two candles, all right, it can be multiple candles. Okay, meaning that it can be as long as maybe 10 candles, or it can happen in a weekly chart, it can happen in a monthly chart, it can happen everywhere. All right, so this is simply wash and rinse in its form. Okay, but why is it and why does it happen? It has to do with a lot of psychology. So let me just explain quickly why wash and rinse is something that you need to know, and why is it that many times you put in a trade, right, and then it just moved opposite direction, and once you decided to cut loss, it just turned in your original direction. Okay, so take a look at this horizontal line. Okay, when we identify wash and rinse, we don't just go and spot wash and rinse anywhere. We have a fixed location, right, to spot wash and rinse. I'm just telling you one location that we have. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark a horizontal line here, all right, and move into a week chart. Okay, so this is a weekly chart. All right, so this one is a weekly chart. Okay, now do you see that on my charts they are plotted with boxes here? Okay, that means that each of the price movement is outlined with boxes. Okay, so you don't find that I need to draw anything, and this is one part of the automations I'm talking about. I've not really drawn a lot of lines. Okay, so when you have this boxes, it tells us very quickly and very easily price movement. All right, so for example, we've seen gold moving up, and then during this period of time, okay, this period of time, gold was actually moving down. All right, so gold moved down, but take a look at this place here. And if you do look left a little bit, you realize that the red color line that I've drawn in was near to a box high. So this was that box high, okay? And then if you look a little bit left, so it was also near to one box high here. Okay, so I'm just going to move a little bit more. All right, so let me just get the pen. Just give me a minute. Okay, so if I look left a little bit more, you realize that it's a box high here. There's a box high. Okay, so that's another box high, and then that's another box high. Now what it means is that all these boxes, all right, which is part of TOR system, is giving us a support and resistance of very important zone. Okay, that means that I could easily see all these levels in just really 1 second. Instant pop, I can see these levels, or some of you might take a little bit longer, like 3 seconds to see all these levels here. Okay, so all these are the boxes high, and what it tells me is that this zone here is a very critical support level. Okay, support level. All right, so whoever who sold inside this support level probably didn't see something, or whoever who forced others to sell into this support level probably knew that there was a very strong support level and has been pushing or suppressing price, right, so that they can collect enough. Okay, so this is the reason. Okay, a lot of clues here. So this is one of the reasons where many times you find that, hey, look, it is almost about there. I think that it is there, and I think that it is potentially a place to buy already, and you bought in, and the next moment, oh, you are being stopped out because it hit your stop loss, and after you exited the trade, it just turned the other side. Okay, now so recognize that wash and rinse is here to stay. Because you see the zone that I've drawn in here, all right, there was some massive selling. All right, the next moment it's just flip the other side to result in the wash and rinse. Okay, now take a look at this indicator here that I've drawn in here, that I've put in here. Now this indicator, let me just draw the circle for you. This indicator plots arrows, up and down arrows, green arrows, ticks. Okay, ticks here. Now these are all locations of wash and rinse automatically plotted, meaning that for me and my students, we don't really go and spot the wash and rinse ourselves. We know how to do that, but it can be very tedious, or it can be very easy to just have this indicator drawn automatically wash and rinse for you. All right, so for example, we are able to confirm that this green color arrow here, all right, confirms that wash and rinse to result in such a huge move in gold versus Aussie. All right, okay, I'm just gonna pause here for a while before I move on to other instruments. I'm just gonna ask whether you have any questions so far. Okay, do let me know in the comment section, all right, whether you have any questions so I can address your questions. Okay. All right, so for example, where is the entry for us? What we do is that we always automatically draw in a wash line here, all right, and we will enter not at the day time frame. Okay, we will always enter in the lower time frame, which in this case here, it will be a 4-hour time frame. Okay, because when you enter on a day time frame, it's going to be very slow and your stop loss is going to be huge. But we are trading, okay, in the day time frame. That means that our movement is based on the day. Okay, then that day time frame, all right, is where we can trade into the higher time frame. Then we can catch a lot of huge movement. All right, so with one effort we can make a lot of money, because that's where it helps us to catch that huge movement. All right, a lot of traders, what they do is that they want to hopefully catch a huge movement, but they go into the lower time frame. All right, so for example, you have a big elephant. All right, you cannot use a small net to go and catch that big elephant. All right, you have to use a big net. So you want to catch a big move, you cannot be catching it in the lower time frame. All right, okay, so I have a lot of questions coming in. For wash and rinse, where do you place your stop loss? All right, there are some questions I can answer, there are some questions I can't answer, partly because that I'm not going to give you a comprehensive answer. Okay, so I will answer those questions that I can answer properly. Okay, now so the stop loss is, because our entry is every 4 hour. All right, so the stop loss is placed based on a 4-hour chart. All right, so for this particular trade, the entry was somewhere around here. Let me just clean this. Okay, so for this particular trade, the entry was somewhere around here. So these would be the entry. All right, then the SL, I think it was somewhere around here. So this is the SL. Okay, so it's based on a 4-hour chart. And then you have to take the cost to know where to put the stop loss. All right, okay. Wash and rinse, is price going higher high or lower low? For this case here, all right, this is a bullish wash and rinse, because we say that this bar is a wash, right? Because price has been specially pushed down. I mean, if you take a look at history, there was a bit of a low here, so we might term this as a support. And then price has been pushed down right into a support here. See that? So it's very easy to understand that this could be a wash and rinse. All right? Okay. Any difference between these and the engulfing candlestick? Well, as I explained, wash and rinse, it's often mistaken as like a candlestick pattern. Okay, but you know, when you have a candlestick pattern, right, we need to know, for example, how to quantify it, how to make sure that this particular wash and rinse is a huge move. Okay, so what wash and rinse can do is it can quantify. So maybe later on I'll show you more example. Okay, and wash and rinse, you are able to have, you know, let's say for example, let's say you have this as a wash bar. Okay, so this is a W. You can have in between tons and tons of candles. All right, many different candles, and then, you know, we can't label this as a candlestick, and then we can have one that is a rinse bar here. So this can happen. All right, so wash and rinse doesn't have a fixed candlestick pattern. What it does is purely based on price, but there will be a location to look for it. Okay, so I put as location here. So that's number one, and very important. All right, the execution is in the lower time frame. Okay, does the system flag these wash and rinse in the list, or we have to go at instruments line by line? Okay, yes, this what we have is that, yes, it flags into a list. For example, here, this is part of the automation that I'm talking about. Okay, so this is part of the automation I'm talking about. You can see this is the whole list here. We call this a dashboard. So for example, just now we had wash and rinse in the lower time frame. all right, for Aussie franc, that happens about 7 hours and 30 minutes ago. Okay, so this was a 1 p.m. alert. Okay, and then we have pound. Okay, also about the same time at 1 p.m. Okay, so we had the past wash and rinse. For example, this was Bitcoin. Okay, anybody trade crypto Bitcoin? All right, we had a wash and rinse sell here. So it's I'll just show it to you. Okay, here we go. All right, so quickly, because just now I showed you the gold versus Aussie, right? The gold versus Aussie was the buy side. I just wanted to show you, all right, the sell side. Okay, the sell side, so that we can easily know. Right, now take a look at all these lines I have. So they are wash and rinse which are stronger in probability and better in movement. Okay, so for example, now I have this particular wash and rinse here. So this is a wash and rinse confirmation at the end of the day, such a long bar. All right, now this wash and rinse is good. Why? Because it is below all these weak wash lines, which means that I'm actually trading a wash and rinse that is in line with the next higher time frame. Okay, so this wash and rinse is actually a reversal trade. Okay, a reversal trade, because then previously was actually up. All right, so this second wash and rinse versus the first one is a with the trend wash and rinse. With what trend? With the higher time frame. Okay, all these are all, you know, crafted very nicely with the different indications in the, you know, coherent across the different time frame. All right, so take a look at this very long bar here. Now if you have traded into Bitcoin, so this bar was, the top was about 43,000, the low was about, you know, 40,000. Okay, if you trade at the end of the bar, then it's going to be a huge stop loss. We don't do that. All right, so where is the wash here? I'm just going to mark it for you. All right, so this is your wash bar. Okay, why is that so? Because price had a close above the previous high. See that? As simple as that. Then where is the rinse bar? Okay, so this is the rinse bar here. And where do we put in the trade? Probably in the middle, like this one here. Right, so that on the very same day we can already capture this movement here. Okay, so as I explained, we execute in the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. All right. Okay. Are the arrows drawn? Let me just answer your question one by one. Are the arrows drawn by automation? Yes. Okay, it's automatically drawn, and later on I'm gonna give you, so don't leave yet. I'm just gonna give you the link to download this indicator. Okay. Last event I used to give out. Okay, but and I didn't do it this round. Okay, and then a lot of you guys wrote to me and say, hey, look, you know, I want to have this indicator. So yes, the giving out as a trial. So please go and download, install it, and try it. All right, to the levels coincide with Fibonacci levels. I would say sometimes it does, but ours is a little bit more simpler or complex, if you want to put it in. The levels has been integrated with many things. Okay, so we have integrated Fibonacci retracement, support resistance levels, all right, and Fibonacci projection extension. We have integrated quite an extensive number of things inside here into all these levels here, all right, and but presented to you very simply. Okay, this is not a black box. I will explain how all these levels are being constructed. All right, it's just that all my students don't draw all this. They're all automatically being plotted. All right, because when you draw all this, it can be very confusing. It can be very time consuming. But if we have automations, we can just do it ourselves. Why not? Okay, now next, I'm not sure whether you can find any wash and rinse again in Bitcoin. For example, in the alert here, all right, we had Bitcoin sell, all right, 91 hours ago. Okay, so that was 91 hours ago. If anything that is very recent in the past 8 hours, right, it will pop up a highlight color, so we know exactly what to look out for. So Bitcoin had a sell 91 hours ago. So if you take a look at Bitcoin, you can easily know where is the wash and rinse, right? So let me just point that out for you. So this will be your wash. Okay, why is that so? Price had a close above the previous high, And then this bar will be your rinse. Can see that? It actually closed back down. Okay? Okay? Now, one of the things about wash and rinse is the application. So, for example, now here would be a wash as well. Okay? So, these would be a rinse, for example. And it just lasted a little bit and it turned the other side. Okay, so why is it important to trade in the lower time frame? Because then we can have an earlier entry, and with our trade manager, we are able to also get out this particular trade, for example, at no loss, break even. So when a new trade comes in, we will get in again using the automations, and then when it's really moved a lot, so that's where we can make a lot of money. So very important, not all the wash and rinse would be that explosive. All right, but if it's explosive and then we're gonna just use our trade manager, then we're gonna get a big move from there. Okay. How are the boxes drawn? The boxes are drawn automatically as well. Okay, so let me just show you the boxes in the lower time frame. Okay, so this is the box in the lower time frame here. So this is the H4, right? Okay, so as I said that our entry are based on 4 hour. So we color code everything to let you see that very easily. Can you see, for example, this is the wash. Okay, so that's the wash. And then this one is the rinse. Okay, so our entry bar was somewhere around here. And then you can also continue to place a limit order here. And then we get, you know, the trade down like this. Okay, where that's our profit here. Am I right to say that for bullish WR, we need to spot a support level? Yes. And for bearish WR, we need to spot resistance level? Yes. Okay, so that's generally how it goes. But again, we need to look at, for example, the trend. What's the difference between a tick and an arrow? They are just all wash and rinse. Not a lot of difference. That will be explained in the course. All right. Okay. So anybody trading the indexes? Okay, if you've been trading the indexes, you know that, for example, US been moving down recently. Okay, so that's our arrows on the wash and rinse, right? Okay, so same thing, I just want to illustrate to you. Take a look at this portion here, this place here. We have a horizontal level, all right? Okay, so then how do we spot that easily? For us, we just go into the week. Okay, then we will be looking at things like the boxes, okay, that to tell us whether there's any, you know, historical levels there. Okay, then we will go into the day and then we say, hey, look, you know, why is it that when there is a resistance over here, for example, see that there was a resistance over here, some support over here, and then some resistance over here, why is it that price must burst up? See that? Have you ever wondered? If there's a very strong resistance here, then why is it that price always bursts up like it's like the, not the end of the day, but it's just like another renewed bull, when this bull happens right at the top? Have you ever tried buying already and next moment it just plunged like no other business? Okay, so all this has to do with a lot of big money automations. They can see these levels so well. It's just that when we are trading, we can't see these levels. All right. And when we see the market is very, very enthusiastic, when we hear the news to say, wow, Dow up, NASDAQ up by how many percent, all of us rush in. But we just didn't realize that these could be just a wash. All right. And then these could be just a rinse for us to actually enter the trade. Okay. Now take a look at this bar here. Right at the resistance, okay, right at the resistance here, which is another one more resistance, right? Price has been pushed up and then rinse back down. All right, okay. So I'm not surprised that somewhere around here, wash and rinse is going to happen. All right, so just take note, because then right now we are near to the price low. Okay. Can wash and rinse be used for intraday? Yes, as I explained that when we trade, for example, into you know, indexes, into gold, into oil, right, we are using the day to tell us the big movement that we can earn a lot of money with just one effort. But we are trading in the intraday. Every 4 hour, every 1 hour, it's an intraday trade. So if you're lucky, we exit at the very same day. If not, we hold the trade for 2-3 days and then we exit the trade. All right. But more important, okay, we have that trade manager. So what you have to do is just to put the trade manager in, determine how much you want to lose, all right, or how much you want to risk for this particular trade. So once the trade manager gets into a break-even situation, you have no risk already, okay? And I demonstrated the trade manager before. So later I will demonstrate again, all right? Okay, so let me just remove this one here. Just give me a minute. Can we consider rings like engulfing candle? No, you can't do that because you realize that there are rings that doesn't engulf. And I said before that we partition our trade to enter in the lower time frame. So it is not an engulfing candle. So sometimes it doesn't happen like engulfing candle. Okay, so for example, the wash and rinse, we enter in the middle of this trade, this bar here, or we enter in the middle of this bar here, okay, because we fine tune in the lower time frame. Okay, so wash and rinse is basically an indicator to tell a trend reversal. I won't say it's an indicator. I would say that it's a whole system, because what I haven't shown you yet is I'm just in this limited time. Okay, I just zoom in to just highlight what is wash and rinse. Okay, so it's a complete system because we have to take this and then trade in the lower time frame. But you have to know that wash and rinse happens everywhere. For example, let's take a look at euro here. Okay, I'm not sure how many of you are trading into Forex, but I strongly recommend to give Forex a good look. Okay, why is that so? Because a lot of movement in the Forex has to do with broad economic movement. So once a movement starts, it's very difficult to flip the other side. All right. And Forex is a lot more simpler because for me, I trade into stocks as well. For stocks, we also have to take care of earnings, take care of analyst upgrade, etc. But Forex is actually very simple. What they do is a routine data release that the stocks also have. Okay, and I've told a lot of market-wise participants, right, who have done my course, all right, that we can use the Forex, right, to sort of preempt what happened in the stock market. So last December, I told them that, hey, look, US stocks is just going to hit down, all right, and I used few indicators that not a lot of stocks users know of. And then that's predicted very well. Okay, so for example, if you take a look at euro, so this euro trade was a very easy, very simple trade. All right, so things like, you see, that was a support turned into a resistance. All right, then this bar here, price just pushed up right into the zone and then rinsed back down. Okay, what is the win rate? You have to understand that I presented in Market-Wise Asia. It's not only about the win rate, which is the accuracy. Okay, it's also about the profit and loss ratio. Okay, so for example, take a look at this euro here. For example, maybe that we have gotten this trade. Let's say, sorry about this one. Let's say we have gotten this trade wrong. This one, we have gotten it wrong. All right. Okay, so we make a loss. Let's say our loss is 1. Now, this one here, we have gotten it right. Okay, all right, and our win is 3. So maybe our percentage is 50 to 50. Okay, in terms of accuracy. But in one wrong, I make a loss of 1. But in this correct one, I make a profit of 3. Okay, so it's all about whether you can stay through this trade until, it's time to exit. So for example, we exited the trade, right? Somewhere around here, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so on the average, if you have traded here, we get about 310 pips on the average. Along the way, the trade manager added and keep on adding for us. So net, we probably have a lot of pips because we keep adding the position. as long as once we get it correct. All right. So if you track back, later I can show you some charts. If you track back, then I would say that if you are able to trade all the trades that we are doing, then the accuracy is probably high in the region of 60 to 70. Okay, but the reward to risk is actually even higher. So I mean, in terms of my own reward to risk, about 2.4, 2.5. Do you need a VPN, VPS to run the EA? Yes and no. If you can just get a own mini PC, we will just highlight how to do that, or you can just get a VPS from the broker. Later I will talk about how the broker are sponsoring you. Does it mean execution only upon washed is spotted? Yes, or rather upon when you are alerted. Okay, because just now the dashboard would just highlight to you when is that rinse, okay, the rinse in the lower time frame. Just let me erase this one here. Okay, then how do you determine the right support resistance, as there could be many? Does your indicator able to draw the correct support resistance? It's a whole lot of many other things. All right, so think of it as, yes, the indicator can point to the trend, the indicator can point to the wash and rinse, but indicator also point to you when is the right point to put in the trade, right? And the real winning comes from the ability to write a trade and keep on adding. Okay, if I cannot trade intra, wait, is there a particular reason why you use 4 hours instead of 2 hours? Yes, there is a reason, and the reason has to do with the world cycle, okay, how the world financial markets move. All right, so all these will be explained in the course itself. Are these trades mostly breakout trades? I would not think that they are breakout trades, you know. I would think that breakout trades, you know, you are really trading a breakout trade when we are near to a when you are breaking a support or breaking a resistance. So for example, all right, at this point here, there is some support here. Let's say we assume there's some support here, right? Now a breakout trade is to sell when price is near the low, okay, and as price breaks below. But for Thor, no, we are suspecting that there might be a wash and rinse here, might be only, all right, but we have also many things to consider, such as this is a downtrend, so we tend to think that, you know, the trend will continue, and we insist most of the time to sell only when it's at a high. So it's very difficult to get a sell arrows when it is at the low. Okay, can wash and rinse be used on the PC, or can it be used on the phone MT4? Well, you can't use it on a phone MT4 because these are custom indicators, right? These custom indicators has to be loaded into MT4, and from MT4 we can see it, but you can remote access into your computer to see it. That's what I do. If cannot trade intraday, can this system be used? Yes, I show you how we use it to trade the stocks. Okay, so let me just finish answering all the questions. If the close trade signal appear while we are sleeping, the system automated. Yes. I'm lost in how wash and rinse can determine a high reward over risk trade. Can I explain again? Okay, I use it with other example. Order entry, add on and exit all done automatically. Yes, correct. With the trade manager, yes, they're all done. If I join the advanced course module 2, will it all be about Forex? The answer is no, because I have 2 sessions every week, all right, that we talk about many things. So when there's opportunity in stocks, we go stocks. When the students ask me about indexes, we go indexes. They ask me about gold, oil, Forex. We look at many things, okay? And I also told the students we're exploring that we should just do a wash and rinse on stocks, right? For 10 weeks, okay? With no upsells. They are very happy about it. Maybe Pauline can just add something to it. All right. What is the average number of trades in a day? Okay, so let's take a look at today. Today is Easter Monday, so the market is very, very quiet. So we have only like 2 or 3. Okay, but if it's a normal day where the market is staged up, then a day we can have 5 or 6. Okay, it's moved in a cycle. All right, so for example, previously we had a lot of gold trades, then we have a lot of Aussie trades, then we have Sing dollar trades. Anybody traded on the day when MAS announced on the tilt of the band? Okay, it's not common for MAS to do that, but we had a very nice signal then. I was actually trading it. So it's not surprisingly to find, for example, so this place here is right in the resistance, see that? Okay, and here we have this wash, right? So price had a close slightly above the high, so that's a wash. And then this bar here, we had the rinse, okay? See that? So I was alerted about on this trade. And on that day, when MAS announced put, all right, I had already the entry here, okay? If I had the entry, it means my students will see at the same time. All of us see the same things. As long as you have this dashboard and you have this indicator, we see the same thing, right? And it was a very nice move. And here we just hit and reach the support, and that's it. Okay, so it was a very easy trade, even to trade into the MAS policy. Okay. The arrows, if we miss the trade, can we still get in, or is it better to wait for another setup? I would always recommend to all my students to wait for another setup, and there are a lot more trades than the money that we have. Okay, they will know that I would joke about this, but seriously, that's the truth. Okay, I always ask them to follow rules, don't jump. I also know that it's hard for them to control. That's why I use a lot of automations to help them. In fact, there are a lot of students say that after we had this trade manager, all right, it's let them really stay on a good trade. All right, because it really doesn't make sense to keep on trading, and then every time you trade, you only get a little bit. But when you lose a lot, and then you have to keep it inside the fridge. Okay, I know that a lot of people actually entered the stock market, the US stock market, during the COVID period and after the COVID period. Okay, now a lot of people came to me and asked me, what do I do with the stocks that get stuck? Okay, because when they entered, everything was so good, you know, like you just quickly just hit one, and then you wait a little bit, and then it just moved up. Okay, for example, you bought Tesla at maybe 800, you moved down to 600, and then after that, Tesla moved to 1,002. Now, you know, you don't get this kind of good times anymore. Okay, so trade management is very, very important. Okay, so that's why I'm doing stocks, but I love the fact that we can automate, and that's very, very important. All right, may I know where and from who did you acquire learn this strategy? I actually designed this. Okay, I designed this, and I in my job, all right, I'm doing a lot of work in terms of automations and programming consultancy for a lot of big guys. Okay, they are either family office, they are some funds, some professional teams, etc. Okay, the name I cannot reveal because all this under NDA. The way that they are trading, it's just simply different from the retail. Okay, because I train a lot of retailers, the way they are asking me, the way they are thinking is just different. All right, so I can't launch the same strategy that we code for them, that we consulted them, or they want us to work on. All right, we can only modify that accordingly slightly, and wash and rinse is something that I've designed. So you probably can't get it from somewhere else. You can't do it on iPad at all, because MT4, when you run the MT4, MT5 in your mobile, all right, it's a different version from your computer. Okay, so you have to do it and put it inside your PC, and then remote access to access whatever that's on your PC. Okay. The script doesn't work on TradingView, although I have a TradingView script. Yes, it only works on MT4 and MT5. If I'm new to Forex, MT4 is a course suitable. Yes, it is. I would say that it is very suitable, because you're gonna self do the course. Okay, it's a self-reading course, right, with a lot of videos, but you're gonna have like twice a week with me, okay, and with the seniors where we are going through. You have to finish the course first, okay, and you have a year. I mean, you can do the course for as long as you want, okay, but I don't think that people will need a year. Okay, so a lot of them will probably just spend a month or two to read the course and be familiar with it, and then they can start trading. And the good thing about Forex or the indexes, you can do small. You can start as small as $10, you know. Later we can do a trade at $10 and let you see. Can show a demo of US stock? Can. With WR, do we have chances to overtrade? I would think no. Okay, why is that so? Because if you use the trade manager, for example, let me just remove this one. Just give me a minute. Okay, so if you use the trade manager, all right, you are probably only able to execute 2 trades here, because once you drag it in, right, all the other trades all doesn't work unless that you trade it yourself. Okay, that means that when 2 trades happen, and it happens, all right, and we have in the trade manager we have a restriction. So let's say, for example, if your account is down X%, it will totally stop trading for you. Okay, it won't even let you open the trade unless that you force it to open. So I think that whether you overtrade or not is your own control, but as far as what the trade manager is doing, it's stopping all this behavior. All right, so you keep your losses tight. When you make money, you want it to continue to ride with a trailing stop, and then you want to continue to add in position when it's a good run. Okay. Will there be a live trading together so I know how to execute the WR? Yes. I wouldn't say that is live trading together where we click the button. But you know, with the trade manager, you can just put it in. Later it's gonna be 9 o'clock already. We're gonna see what pops up. Okay, then we're gonna just drag the trade manager inside. All right. That's why I schedule 8 to 9:30. May I know whether it's compulsory to sign with XC? No, you have other brokers like Blueberry, but the trade manager only works with 2 brokers, okay, XC and Blueberry, because of the price feed. The method is actually very, very sensitive to price feed. All right, so we want to make sure that the price feed is correct, and it's also sensitive to the starting time. So some brokers has a different starting time, and we want to make sure that it's actually correct. By doing so, it's to protect ourselves, because you know, I don't want somebody to come and say, hey, look, I did this trade and then this trade is cost me to lose money, but in fact that it doesn't happen, the trade doesn't happen, you see. So we want to make sure that it's the same, but at the same time, XC and Blueberry is giving you the full cost refund, right? XC has equities indexes. Yes, they have equities, but not all of them. They have CFDs of the most commonly traded US equities. What do I need to do if the trade manager do all the stuff? Good question. That's why I have a lot of time. Okay, basically I just wait for the signal, boom, and I just drag it in, determine my risk, and that's it. But I still think that for trading, you have to check a little bit. You have to check. Yeah, I think you have to check, just just do a quick 2 minutes check. That's why you realize that I do a lot of instruments. In the morning I have the futures and the Hong Kong stocks, Singapore stocks. At night, even though I stay at 10:30, but 9:30 I will look at what stocks to sell puts, for example, or to sell call, to do a cover call, for example. So but I sleep at 10:30 and at most 11. So it's quite easy, and it takes a lot of stress from trading. Yes, FCF crypto. Can we use this on Saxo? The answer is no. Which broker is better, XC or Blueberry? I think that both are okay. They are all very good, and I talk about broker later on. Can it be fully automated 100% where the indicator enters the trade on its own? The answer is not at this moment, but yes, I'm working on it. The trade manager is a service provided free. Yes, it comes with the entire package. As in, once you get the cost, all these indicators, dashboard, the boxes, the trade manager will all be included inside. Okay. What what are the timing of the 2 times a week with your team? The timing is either 4 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, either 4 or either 9. Okay, why is it 4? Because we have a lot of overseas students. All right, so we need to cater to their time. But anyway, you can rewatch the session again. So don't worry if you missed it, you can watch it immediately because it's actually streamed into YouTube. So once we finish the session, you can watch it immediately. All right. We don't have any signal today because it's an Easter Monday. See that? Right now it's 9 a.m. already. All right, and then this one suddenly becomes 8-hour, right? It doesn't light up. I was just waiting for it to light up here, but today seems like it's an Easter Monday, so we don't have any trades, any new trades. Okay, so I was just hoping that I can do something for you. Let me just check whether I have anything that I can do. Okay, I don't have anything, but let me just demonstrate to you one of the trade that happens. Okay, and then see Aussie franc. So I had Aussie franc here 8 hours ago. All right, I'm just going to do it this way here. Okay, so all right, so here what I have is I have the XE account. Okay, so this is an XE account here, and then just get you this one here. All right, so in terms of the trade manager, let's say I want to trade into Aussie franc, right, in just now, right? And I don't have a signal, but I just want to put it in, for example, let's say, okay, if there's a signal, you just drag it in and automatically it will enter, right? But today we don't have. Okay, so how to use the trade manager? What you do is that you just drag it in, all right? And then you determine how much risk that you want. What is the lot size? Okay, determine the sizing. As I explained, in terms of trading into Forex or gold or oil, you can really go very small if you are not used to it. Unlike stocks, one time you can just go in like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. But for this instrument, you can just go very, very small size. Okay, so let's say I want to risk an X amount in my account. So for example, I say, okay, this trade here, I want to risk $50. Okay, my account has 48,000, for example, but I'm not very confident about this trade. Or maybe my account is 2,000. I'm not very confident. I just want to risk $50. All right, or you just want to risk $500 also can. Okay, or you can say I want to risk X% of my account, risk percent. Okay, I want to risk 1% of my account size. All right, whatever, you just put it in. Okay, and the rest you can just keep it as default. That's it. All right, then as you get a lot more familiar with, then you can play with it. So for example, there's this stop trade risk. That means as long as you hit a risk of X%, let's say I hit a risk of 5%, I want to stop trading already. I don't want to trade anymore until my profits, my trades turn into profit. All right, or we can do like stop trade on a Friday. I don't want to trade on a Friday, for example. All this stuff, just keep it as default here. You just have to define how much you want to risk. Okay, so for example, this trade here, I want to risk $500, or I want to risk maybe $20. Okay, up to you, right? So you click, you want to risk $20, just click OK. Okay, if there is an auto trade now, you will just automatically put in already. Okay, but there isn't any auto trade, so I'm just going to show it to you how we open this trade. All right, so I just have to click this button here, click. And once you click the button, they ask you, you sure you want to place a sell trade? Yes, I'm sure I want to do that. And I'll risk $20, right? You don't even need to put your stop loss or your target profit because this trade manager will automatically do it for you. And based on the stop loss, it will automatically calculate in the lot size such that your loss would be limited to $20. Okay, yes, okay, I just put it in, done. Okay, so automatically open the trade for you. Can see that? All right, so you just click OK. You can see this trade in here, and then automatically plays in here, and that's it. So this is how we usually do that. All right, so a lot of students like it because then it saves them from, calculating. All right, and all the details are being put in already. For example, the stop loss are being put in. The stop loss is actually here. Okay, so this is stop loss, and the profit target is here. Okay, all right, so that's the profit target. Okay, so for example, when we put in a trade, we emphasize a lot, right, on the reward to risk. What is reward to risk? Because there was a question. Let me just answer that, because this reward to risk is very important. So this is what we are risking. Okay, so that's your possible losses. Okay, that means that it can result in a negative, right? But this is our, sorry, I've drawn an arrow. So this is our reward here. So that's a positive. All right, so we insist that we want to have this huge reward to risk. Okay, so let's say when the trade starts to move down a little bit, and it gets into what we call interim profit, it will shift. Okay, the stop loss, this is the stop loss here, right? Okay, it will shift it lower, somewhere around lower here, for example. Okay, so this is the SL1, the new stop loss, such that your whole basket enters into a break even. Break even means no loss. Okay, and then you don't feel that stress. You can sleep well. You don't need to go and keep on looking at the handphone when you're in the toilet, right? And then after that, as you keep on going down, you will keep on adding for you. All right, such that whatever that's added will still be in a profit. Okay, the whole basket will still be in a profit. That's very, very important. All right. I want to explain why 3 trades are being opened here. So we have a specific reasons. But we just hope that it can reach to the ultimate profit target. And as it goes, right, the stop loss kept trailing. Okay, so that's very, very important. All right. Okay. So let me just clean. Yes, there's one comment to say it's almost like 100% automated. Yes, you can say that, because we have a lot of pro traders, all right, including myself. We want to have a little bit of an decision making. We don't want to feel useless. Okay, and I always think that we are smarter. We are smarters, actually, not smarter. We are smarters. So we shouldn't be just outsourcing the right to make decision. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me just continue to answer the question. Does your trade manager work independently? For example, sorry, wait. XC has crypto. Is there a Q&A page that we can self-read? I think that you can go to our website and then take module 1. It's there already. In terms of indicator, the use of the indicator, right? We will be able to, you can view the videos. Okay, everything are all video recorded already. Okay, I just switch my screen a little bit. When the trade setup is present, does the indicator able to send a notification on our mobile? Yes, it can. It will. You have to host the indicator, because in order for the trade manager to work throughout the day, you need to host it, and by doing so, it will keep on sending you the alerts. Is a desktop alert also can be on the phone? Yes, I actually get my alerts right on the phone. Let me just quickly show you. These are the alerts that I receive on my phones. Okay, so for example, see this? I receive at 1 o'clock a bearish euro dollar signal. Okay, 4-hour trade at 1 o'clock, right? A bearish euro dollar signal. I was not at my desk, because 1 o'clock I would be preparing to go out to fetch my daughter from school. All right, by the time I'm back, right, it's about 1:30 already. So you see my trading behavior. My trading behavior revolves around activities of my children sometimes. So I place in a trade at 1 o'clock and 43 minutes. You can still do that as long as within the 1 hour range. You can do that, right? So where is the wash? Okay, very simply, the wash was here. So this is the W here. The wash was here. Then where's the rinse, right? The rinse is this one, but our execution was actually at this bar here. Okay, all right. So as I mentioned, we do not trade at the end of the day, because that's very slow and the stop loss is going to be huge. We just break down in terms of every 4 hour. Okay. XC and Blueberry doesn't have options, don't have. They are doing into CFDs. It's the spread playing an important role when trading the finance instruments. The spreads are really very competitive, and because you're not scalping, the spreads will not be very important. Although the spreads will affect into our P&L, but it's not a huge consideration. Can the trade manager work on Pepperstone? Right now, we are testing on Pepperstone feed. So at this moment, only on XC and Blueberry. So I think the answer is no, not yet to work on Pepperstone. Just erase this. Say if I input a trade of 2:1, 3:1, reward over risk, can the system trade manager determines the trade for us? You can't. You can only say how much you want to risk. Okay, that means I want to risk, like, let's say $100. All right, then you just put it in, and then the trade manager will automatically put in the stop loss TP for you, and then everything will manage for you, including the trailing stops. All right, so let me just maybe like to play a bit of the trade manager again. Luckily, I used the same slides. Okay, just give me a minute. Here you go. This was a trade, right, that we did on euro versus the dollar. Okay, let me just play again. So this one was where it automatically open. All right, then as I mentioned here, it's automatically take partial profit. All right, and then it will automatically trail the stop. You see, the stops, right, it's lower already. And this part here, it will continue to trail every 9 a.m. and you will continue to add again. All right, all the basket that we add, all the things that you added, right, would still result in the trade being profitable overall. And finally, there's a final TP here. Okay, so this is the ultimate TP level. So this is what I mean by huge reward versus risk. Okay, so this is how the trade manager works. All right. The cost fee is $700. Saying, are there any hidden fees or subscription for the trade manager? No, don't have. Let me just go through the program. Can the WR be used for intraday trading? Yes, just now Euro trade, right, was intraday trading. So let me just go through Euro trade, for example. I messaged, or rather put in Facebook to say that, you know, at 4:35 p.m. Okay, and it was being shown at 4:48 in Facebook to say that we have a trade in Euro coming at 5 o'clock. All right, 5 o'clock, automatically open a trade, and then before 9 it took partial profit, so the entire basket was shifted to break even, no loss. All right, then the next day you realize that the initial stop loss was somewhere around higher, but then, you know, the next day at day number 2, right, it shifted the stop loss. Okay, and then day number 3, it shifted the stop loss lower. So we call this shift of stop loss, right, as a trailing stop. Okay, and then at each of this location here, the one that marked in blue, it added new trades. Okay, added new trades. But the key thing is the trades that it added is automatically added. The stop loss, it's shifted, right? It's automatically shifted. You don't need to do that. Okay, and then the auto add, right, will result in your overall basket, right, still profitable. That means only when it's profitable, then it adds. Okay, it doesn't add when it's not profitable. Okay, all right. So you have to look at it as, let's say I make $100 already. Okay, I take out like maybe $40 to continue trading. The $60, right, you keep it safe already. So with this $40, the trade manager would manage the trade for you, keep on adding. Okay, so as the stop loss keeps shifting downwards, let's say the stop loss keeps shifting as the price keeps shifting, right, my accumulated profit is $200. So they will take X%. Okay, X%. And then, you know, let's say now I have $80 to play with. Okay, $80, they keep on, you know, adding into the trade until it's being stopped out, overall basket, profitable by the trailing stop, or it reaches the final profit target. Okay, so this is how we trade. I mean, I just want to let you know that you have to be very comfortable with having automations to automate for you. But once you try it, right, you find that it's actually quite happy about it. Okay, because there are people who doesn't dare to try it. Let's explain that Forex or the instruments like gold, oil, you could really just trade with $20 or $30. Okay, think of it as today I don't want to eat meat. Okay, I don't eat steak. Okay, I eat maybe like rice only, chicken rice with the neck only. All right, or maybe just chicken rice with the feet only, $2 I think. Okay, so think of it as this way and get started small. All right. Okay. Let me just answer the subscription fees, etc. There's no additional subscription fees. Okay, within the in the 1 month, in the 1 year period. Because certain brokers have really bad slippage. Yes, and we need to make sure that the starting time is correct. So a lot of brokers don't have the correct starting time that we need. Okay, and of course then it's price fit. Will the system be available to other brokers like Orenda in the near future? It takes up quite some time to to test the feed. So at this moment we are trying to test as many feed as possible. But sometimes it's not about testing, because whenever that say the EA, the trade manager doesn't execute, we have to ask you to pull out the log file and check for you and run through all the system. It's a lot of hard work. All right, so at this moment it takes quite some time for us to do that as well. So that's why we are only keeping 2 brokers, and then we will slowly expand it. Okay, I will talk about brokers coming up in another, just give me about 3 minutes. In the session, will you teach us how to use the system to enter, sell, put, or cover call? No. Okay, so this is just really for entry and exit. You should be able to know, all right, how to do your covered calls already, or how to do your puts. Okay, just quickly just display in just for STI only, just STI. All right, you can see that all these markings that I have, all right, all these are wash and rinse. Okay, but they are on the week chart. Okay, just week chart first, right? And in this part here, I didn't show the sell. Okay, because I only put in the buy so it doesn't confuse you. All right, so let's talk about what is wash and rinse. Okay, and I said before, you have to know that it's happening. So a lot of time washed, for example, this bar here, I know that it happens a long time ago, that this bar here wash. There was a strong level at that point of time. The strong level was about 2005. Okay, but the market has to do a wash, all right, followed by a rinse back up. Okay, so it is not only about a candlestick pattern. Okay, it's not engulfing, it is not whatever, it's a different way of using it. Okay, so let me just talk about the current price here. Take a look at the green line that I've drawn in. Okay, so price for STI was obviously at a resistance here. Okay, obviously as a resistance. Okay, if you look far back enough, there was a resistance, right? So this bar will be our wash, right? Because price closed above the previous high. Okay, and then this is on the week chart, just to let you know, on the week chart, and this would be our wash line. Okay, so it's not about the candlestick, but when you take this whole thing, all right, and you go inside the day chart, you realize that there was a lot of reaction near to the wash line. Okay, see that? So price was stopping here for no reason, but when I was trading in the futures, which is based on STI, and guiding my Simski students, we knew exactly where and why price is stopping there, and then why we had to go short, or why we can't go long. Okay, so the wash line by itself is just so powerful. Okay, so of course that when you have the wash and rinse, for example, so here, this portion here, all right, this was the wash bar. Okay, I know that I'm jumping a little bit, but I just want to cover this one to let you know that stocks, right, it's totally possible, but just that it's not something that I'm covering. Because if I'm covering stocks, right, I'd be teaching a lot of things already. So I don't want to do that. But, you know, in discussion with my community to probably do a free cost on stocks, just for them. Okay, so this is the wash and then this is the rinse here. Okay, so it works entirely good. All right, but just that I'm not demonstrating into stocks. All right. Okay, so I will answer your questions later on. Let me just finish the presentation because on key things that you need to do. All right, time is running short for me. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, here we go. All right, so to sum up, what we have is, this is the alien wash. All right, so these are the indicators that you're gonna have. Okay, the dashboard, the auto box, the MTF that draws in the lower time frame, and the TOR 3.0. All right, now today, please go and download your TOR 3.0 full version. All right, as a trial. Okay, so it's a free trial. Don't waste it. See how the wash and rinse are plotting. All right, switch between the different time frame and see how wash and rinse behave. All right, into the different into the different instruments. Okay, now lastly, we also just launched about 2 months ago alum, which means that, right, if you pay for the course fee, then when there are new launch within your subscription period, there won't be any additional fees charged. All right, so there's no upsells, there's no additional fee charged here. All right, even let's say, for example, we came out with our loan version 2, then yes, you get it for free as long as you are within that subscription period. Now this is just a screen cap, right, that I took up from our support group on alum. All right, there are losses. I cannot promise that there are no losses. Okay, so there are losses, but as long as we don't get demoralized, then we are able to recover that from a trade. So these are very, very important. Okay, all right, so I demonstrated that with the stocks, but just let me spend some time to go through what we have here before I answer your question. Now, module 1, I already said please go and take it. I know that many of you have done it. Okay, and if you are interested to continue on, you have to move to number 2, module 2, right? Why is that so? Because module 1 talk about wash and rinse, but there's so many things, right, that are not covered there. Okay, including how to execute in the lower time frame, including where to put your stop loss and the target profit, how to do your trailing, and then of course you have a whole bunch of the indicators that's included with module 2. Okay, now today I need you to go and scan this QR code. I'm just gonna post it here, all right, for you to go and download the TOR trial. Okay, the TOR indicator that plots the arrows and the ticks, right? Okay, please go and download that because it is for free. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna put here in this page for a while you get the page up. Just copy that, or you can just look at the link I just sent it to you. All right, okay, now next is that TOR number 2 module is chargeable at $700. It is not $7,000, it is not $2,000, but it's $700. All right, now especially for MarketWise group, if you sign up before 25th of April 2359, you have a complimentary course on 27th of April. It will happen on 27th of April, which means that if you want to attend the complimentary course, right, the latest that you have to sign will be 25th of April. Now, what is this complimentary course? The course is actually online, self-reading, but I'm just going to condense it for you so they can get started. All right, so please, if you are interested to sign up, then please do it before 25th of April 2359. Okay, so let's talk about how to get the $700 cash refund. All right, a lot of sorry, it's about the TOR cost. Okay, now the TOR module 2 cost include question of why we are trading into 4 hour. Okay, because it has to do with the old order book in the fund and the big boys. Okay, how to break down the multiple time frame and how to trade in the lower time frame, how to enter the trigger, how to use all the different indicators that we have and how they make up into the TOR trade, and then how to use the TOR to trade the stocks as well. Okay, but I can't be telling you how to do covered call and then selling put, for example. Okay, because that belongs to another domain. All right, I'm just only covering TOR course and applying that into especially the Forex, the indexes, crypto, gold, and oil. So this is something that I have to tell you guys straight. All right, now, so what is included in module 2? At this moment, we have a 12 months the alien room. So the alien room is our support, meaning that if you want to get, that means that within the 12 months, right? Let's say after 12 months later, can you continue to attend my twice weekly webinar? The answer is yes. Okay, now can you continue to have the Facebook support group in terms of the tips? The answer is yes. Okay, but the 12-month support means that after 12 months, all right, if we launched a new version of the indicators, okay, if you don't have the alien room support, you cannot download the new version. All right, because our indicators will expire. So once it's expired, you can't use anymore. All right, you need to have this 12 months, the alien room, all right, to continue to use that indicator. All right, but do you still have access to the course content? The answer is yes, even after 12 months. All right, so is there an upsell? There's no upsell to the course, but there is a how to say, wait, I just cover this one here. Okay, there is a after 12 months, then that subscription will have to be renewed at $576. All right, so the whole idea is that we need to keep on programming, we need to keep on upgrading, we need to keep on launching new ones. For example, the next version that we're going to launch is a fully automated trade manager. I wouldn't say even trade manager, fully automated automations. All right, so all this has to be done and we need to pay money for that to be done. Okay, so this is the only thing that has to be how to say, paid or renewed. Okay, all right, okay, so let me just continue more to get this one done. Okay, now, so how is that the cost is 100% refunded? Meaning that if you meet the criteria, then yes, the cost is put back into your trading account. First, what you have to do is you have to fund a minimum of 2,000, not 20,000, 2,000. So you get $700 cash. So that's a super good deal because that is almost like 30% already, 35%. Okay, so then a lot of people ask me, then how do I get the requirement? How do I meet the requirement where I need to trade, right, 2 standard lots? Okay, so what is 2 standard lots? It's Forex equivalent. So I'm going to do it right now in front of you to show you how you can get that 2 standard lot done in less than 5 minutes. I actually can do it in 1 minute, can already. Okay, so the whole idea is you have to do a minimum, fund a minimum of 2,000 to get that, to qualify for that refund. Okay, then you go and choose this pair, which is called euro dollar, because the spread will be the lowest. All right, and every time you open 1.0 lot and close it immediately. Okay, and repeat. Okay, repeat once. That means you do it twice, right? And your loss is approximately about $30 US, but you get $700 into your account. Okay, as cash, not credit, but as cash. All right, so I'm just gonna do it for you. Okay, just before that, the trade that I opened is right now at $2.71. I'm just gonna close it. So close it just to show you. You want to keep it? Just close it first. Just close trade and all done. Oh, sorry, close. Because I haven't launched the fix for this one. Okay, the fix is done. Okay, so I'm just gonna choose. Let's remove this one. Okay, So I'm just going to choose euro versus the dollar. All right. Okay. Then open a trade, new order here. All right. This is 1.0 standard lot. Okay. 1.0 standard lot. I'm just going to do one thing. All right. You can see the spread here is about 1. Okay. You don't need a lot of guts. You just have to do it slowly. Just, in fact, that some of you actually signed up already. And some of you actually completed this one. That means that from the date I did, which is 9th of April or something. Well, I can't remember already. And until now, right, a lot of you guys actually completed the 2 lots already. I'm just going to do a buy market because buy is something that you're more familiar with. Buy, just one standard lot, buy it. Okay, you can see it's in here. So this is my current loss, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close it. Okay, so I've completed the first cycle. Okay, and then I make a loss of $20, okay? 20 Aussie dollar. Okay, so I'm going to do a second time. All right, so go new order. All right, same thing, one standard lot, buy the market, buy, done. Okay, after that, close it. Okay, now then you go to your account history, you realize that I made a loss of 20 and 28. Maybe the second trade was a little bit slower. All right, see that? Okay, so I made a loss of approximately $50. All right, then what happened? With this, you completed 2 standard lots and you get $700 into your pocket already. Just wait. The whole idea is just open and close if you're scared. But the whole idea in terms of the spirit of the promotion is really to let you slowly do it, slowly, fulfill the volume. Because 2 standard lot is really, really not a lot, okay, from the Forex point of view, or from even, people who are newly started in trading. Okay, so this is how we can fulfill that 2 standard lots, and you just go to a broker. I've done that already, and that's it. Okay, 2,000 Sing dollar. Thanks a lot, Pauline, for the very, very nice work. Because Pauline also joined us, I think last year. Yeah. Okay, so I've done that already. So the whole idea is just do it 2 times. Okay, all right. Okay, next one. Some of you asked me to talk about brokers between XC and Blueberries. All right. Okay, there are really not a lot of differences between them. I can only let you know that I'm very close with them. Okay, because I've actually worked together with them for a long time, and they are all my very good friends. So if you do have any problem, all right, you reach to us, we will get you right up to the top, to the either the MD or to the COO, all right, and to have things fixed. Okay, although we don't want to have things fixed, right? But it's quite easy to how to say, you get a concierge service, let's put it this way. Okay, I just met up with XC COO probably about a month ago. I just met up with Blueberry MD about 1.5 months ago. Both of us got COVID together. So I don't know whether he passed to me or I passed to him, but he can't go back to Australia because he was stranded. All of us got COVID together. Okay, so the minimum funding is SGD 2,000. All right, you fulfill 2.0 standard for both brokers. Just the XC, the promotion is until 30th of June. Okay, you have until 3 months from 30th of June to fulfill the volume requirement. Meaning that, right, if XC is going to end the promotion on 30th of June, you have 30th of September to fulfill the volume requirement. All right, so Blueberry is ending the promotion on 9th of May, meaning that you have 3 months from 9th of May to fulfill the requirement. Okay, now in terms of funding charges, sometimes people like to pay via credit card. Some credit cards, they charge some funding charges. You can ask it to be reimbursed, or if you like to fund via, let's say, wire transfer, then you can reimburse that funding charges. Okay, but just talk about the spirit of this promotion. Okay, both XC and Blueberry will stop the withdrawal of the $700 cash if you, let's say, fund 2,000, trade 2 standard lots, and then withdraw $2,700. You get what I'm trying to say? So the whole idea is they are sincere to give you in terms of cash, and I can assure you, 100% assure you, right? you can't really find such a cash deal out there. Some people give credits. Our credits can never turn to cash, right? But my promotion is a cash term promotion. If you talk to a lot of my students, they will tell you the super good deal. Okay, and I think that Pauline also asked you guys to join because it's really like no brainer. Fund 2,000, trade 2 lots, you get $700 paid for your course fee. Okay, so in fact that your course fee is literally fully reimbursed. Okay, in terms of the difference, they're both in Australia. They are regulated in many countries. It's just that Blueberry up their promotion. Okay, so they are giving 6 months free VPS, and then subsequently after 6 months you need to trade 5 lots and above to be reimbursed that VPS. Okay, for XC, no, they're only giving free VPS if you trade 5 lots and above. Okay, but it's not too important to have this VPS. You know, a lot of our students actually run via this mini PC that costs about $100+. They are very smart. They know where to get it, and you ask them in the forum, they will tell you where to have it. All right. The only thing is that this $700 cash refund is only applicable if you are coming from us. Okay. So for XC, if you have an existing XC account, all right, but that account doesn't come from us, you just have to open a new account and that's it. All right, you can still qualify. But for Blueberry, it must be new account. Okay, so you have to use the link that we provide. All right, so you can't use any other links. You have to use the links that we provided. If you have an existing XC account, you just open a new one with our information. Okay. VPS is a virtual private server that is like a machine that is hosted so that your trade manager can keep on running. Okay. All right, now let's talk about this one here. Now, your trading account, both of them, they are about the same. I would really say that they are so competitive and they are so much cheaper than some of the Singapore brokers. Okay. They are very the same. So for example, Euro, they might be charging, let's say 0.9 spread, and sometimes the other broker charging 1.1, for example. Okay, but the other instrument Gold, the other broker might be charging 1.1, the other broker, the one that's slightly more expensive, might be doing 0.9. So they are competitive in their own sense, but I do not think that they are expensive at all. And you don't really need to care about the spread because we are swing traders. Okay, we are not scalpers, right? So we are not very particular about spreads. Okay. People ask me what kind of account must I open because they have different accounts, right? Open a standard account. Don't go and open a pro account, right? Standard account is because then Alom, which is the trade manager, can probably calculate in a lot size. If you do a pro account, then we will omit that commission. All right. So you have to, it's better that you get a standard account. Leverage 1 is to 100, 1 is 200. Don't go beyond that. Try to do like 1 is to 100. The funding currency, if you are Singaporean and you're earning and spending SGD, all right, then you fund using SGD, not USD, okay? Because USD is getting very expensive now. But some Malaysian clients prefer to fund in USD because the ringgit is actually tagged to USD. Okay, so I have the link here. So the link is the same as what MarketWise Alex has given you, but what I did, right, is I just do up a new one and new scan. You can just use this link to go to the course. Okay, all right, now the bonus session. The bonus session is it's an extra lesson that I'm doing because you guys are coming from my valuable friends, MarketWise, okay? So that's why I'm doing this session here. That will be on the 27th of April, Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. All right, but you have to pay for the course before 25th April, 2359. Okay, better if you pay now so that you can get your $700 course refund. All right, okay, so this one I've presented already. We don't upsell. Okay, we don't sell you anything to say it's not enough. I think that I have a lot more students to vouch for me to say I don't upsell. In fact, that I actually teach them a lot more other things, right, than what they can learn from other places. The only thing that I'm charging, okay, is that $576 extra if you decided to continue on with our indicators. Okay, see us as selling our automations. All right. See, there is no free lunch in this world. I have to emphasize that. All right. So I cannot just give the indicators for free because it's a lot of hard work to do all this. All right, and I have to pay salary, but it's okay if you don't renew after 12 months. Okay, the webinar will still continue for you. That Facebook support will still continue for you. All right. Must I pay for the course fee first? Yes, you have to. Okay, then that $700 is refunded back inside your account. Okay, in the trading account, right? Is this suitable for newbies? Yes, I think so. Okay, can we find Thor, the alien watched, all right, elsewhere? I don't think so, unless they copy from me. Okay, because what you see is you see a lot of resemblance in terms of candlestick, but I promise you it is not candlestick. Okay, so there's a lot more. All right, so I'm just going to put this one here just to let you know. Number one, get the Thor 3.0 indicator trial. All right, just try it and then quickly go and pay for my course. Otherwise, you can just take the free module for one. Okay, it's a good deal. Don't let that $700 cost cash refund expire. All right. Okay, so let me just answer your question. Okay, your question one by one. I will exit beyond 9:30. Okay, so if let's say you're not free, then you can leave already and then watch the replay. Otherwise, I'm just gonna answer all these questions. Okay, all right. I'm very grateful to Pauline to come here and support me because in all my so-called maybe like preview or other session, you realize one thing: I never show testimonial. Okay, I never show what other people wrote to me. There are people from Taiwan, from Australia, from whoever wrote to me to say that they learn a lot and their account doubled, tripled, or whatever. I never show them. Okay, because I went through a tough journey myself to witness how other course providers show all this testimonial and cause people to get very hyped up, right? Perked up, and they really invested a lot, but they lost their money. And then during my times where I've just started as a trainer and doing this, there are people who committed suicide and dragged down the whole family. Okay, wife and 2 children. So therefore, you see my course, I don't put testimonial. Okay, maybe yes to say that okay, it's a full refund, because a lot of people doesn't believe that $700 is fully refunded as cash. All right, so I put that to let people know that hey, look, it's $700 fully refunded as cash. But for my course, whether you want to attend or don't attend, it's fine. All right, but I just think it's such a good deal. Okay. Must I complete the online lessons module 2 before joining your weekly lesson? I think that's good, but you can join the Thursday lesson. Thursday is more like a revision. What if no confidence to trade? I think that for trading, right, you need to get used to it. So I always tell my students, try to quantify the amount of losses. So for example, you put in a trade $30, right? Okay, don't be scared, because anyway you need to spend $30 to eat a piece of steak, right? So don't eat steak lah, just eat maybe rice, something like that, or maybe don't eat lah. I also don't eat sometimes for my lunch, save money. No, okay, but the whole thing is that you start small. I think that is very important. Any help to do the trade? Don't have. I can't trade for you. Do you have to open and close immediately? So the whole idea is if you wait, right, your losses might get beyond that spread. Okay, so if you look at just purely the objective is to quickly get your 2 lots filled, then open and close. Okay, don't wait too long. When you wait, right, you might be profitable, but you also can be into deep losses. Okay, must it be 2 different trades or 2 standard lots of the same pair? Now we break into 2 different trades, because with $2,000 that you have in your account, all right, to trade 1 standard lot, right, the margin required is about 1,005 Sing dollar. If you don't break it into 2 times, then you don't have enough margin to do that. Okay, so therefore $2,000 is really the bare minimum. to start to trade one standard lot. All right. So if you, let's say, put $10,000, of course you can get 2 lots at one go. You can't use the trade manager for the 2 standard lots, okay? Because the whole idea is you want to quickly get out of the trade. If you use the trade manager to do that for you, you have to trail and etc. The whole idea is the sizing, one standard lot, right, is too huge for $2,000 only. So it's good that you open and close immediately for this objective only. All right. As I explained, $2,000 is barely enough to trade one standard lot, because the one standard lot margin is 1,500 approximately. One is VPS. VPS is virtual private server. Must pay after 6 months. It's not a requirement to get VPS. For VPS is like remote computer that you can host your trade, or you can host the trade manager. So it is not an important criteria to consider. So if you have your, let's say, old desktop, you can host it, then that's good. You need to host your trade manager in order for it to run 24 hours. So what a lot of students did, right, is that they have this small little PC, mini PC that they get for about $100+, and then they let it run through 24 hours, okay? I will cover more of this when you come for the course, all right? What is the trading fee? The trading fee is the spread. As I mentioned just now, the difference between the bid and ask price is the trading fee. Which broker gives a better spread for Forex and commodities? I would think it's both. Is one is good in gold, then the other one is good in oil, something like that. Okay. Can I enjoy this promo if I'm existing IC customer? Yes, but you have to make sure that you come from us. So you will have to open another account. In order to qualify, very, very likely. Write email to us. The VPS is not difficult. It's actually like a remote computer that doesn't sit with you. Okay, it just sits somewhere else. All right, see that as another computer. Are the tools compatible with MacBook? Yes, because for MT4 they have Mac version. However, if your Mac OS is too old, right, you can't use. Okay, so write to us, we will let you know how to do it. I'm using a Mac as well. Can we open both accounts and get $700 back from both? I think you have to look at the spirit of promotion. All right, as I explained, both brokers will not allow you to withdraw $700. If they find that you fund $2,000, don't trade with them and attempt to withdraw $2,700. Okay, I mean, let's put it this way, right? They are giving you $700 cash. It's shouldn't be abused. If I have a BB account via you, must I open a fresh account to get the benefit? Don't need. Just write to your account manager and then tell them, I want to get top promotion. They will handle for you. How much XC charges withdrawal from the account? They don't charge withdrawal from the account. Any specification? Wait, any specification on a laptop? For the specification to run alone, right? No. My mini PC, the one I'm testing, right, is actually on Celeron. It's running wonderfully well. Currency conversion rates competitive. Try to fund in Sing dollar. And that's it. All right, so that we don't incur any currency conversion rates, but it's definitely better than the bank. Sorry, let me just cough for a while, because I realized that even I recovered from COVID very long time ago, the throat is actually very, very weak. Yes, you sign up for the course first. Is there admin support to set up EA VPN? Yes, contact us. If the WR signal is consistent, why do you need to decide to enter a trade or not? You can just put in or, okay? This person, let me just show you, this person put in everything, okay? And he can tolerate losses, all right? So if you can tolerate losses, fine, it's put in everything, okay? But this is not the spirit of how trading should be, because this is a trade manager. It's not one that is 100% automated. So when the 100% automated is launched, right, then yes, we will screen the trade for you, okay? So it's just like you have a fruit knife, you cannot use it to go and chop meat, you know? You have a chopper, then you cannot go and cut fruits. A trade manager functions as a trade manager. I think that's the answer to your question, all right? Okay. Thanks a lot, Pauline. Yes, no upsell, I promise you. The only thing you have to pay is after 1 year. You want to renew, that's 576, huh? Go and down the Tor indicator trial. Go and download from the website. The website I've given to you already. All the descriptions will be there. Let me just show it to you. The Tor indicator trial. Okay, so here we go. Okay, here we go. So this one here. So this is the website. Go there, download the Tor indicator trial. Okay. The link is there. I've given to you already. Let me just give you the link again. Okay. Then click on this one so that you can go and download it. Right. So once you click on this, you will land on this page here. You just fill in your name and email. I know you did that before already, and you just say I want to get a free trial, and then an automated email will be sent to you with the download link and the setup instructions, and everything will be there. Okay. XE, Blueberry, they are not in MAS, they're not in Singapore, they are not MAS regulated. However, just to share a little bit with you, right? They are regulated in their home country. However, even with MAS regulated like MF Global, there will be issue. Okay, so what I always tell my students is that don't fund a lot. If you just fund $5,000, that's actually enough to trade for most of the time. And I don't have any problem with you drawing money every month. That's the most important. The two different trades must be a loss. It don't need to be a loss. You can try to be profitable, okay? But just when I demonstrate, right, it become a loss because I close it immediately. Most of the time, you'll be a loss because of the spread, just to let you know. We will send you the replay. You can watch in the same link. After opening an account and trade, open and close after some days or weeks to benefit the $700 refund. So once you open an account, you fund, and then you meet that 2 standard lot, you tell XC or tell Blueberry, they will just put the $700 in your account. Okay. Just to share with you the testimonial here, all right, of how it's being done. See that? Just want to update all of us here. I sent in my Tor cost refund request to XC on Tuesday. We got an acknowledgement email on the next day and received the cost fee and credit card transaction fee credited into my trading account this morning. So it takes about, I think, 3 working days or maybe 4. All right. So you get that refund, you learn, and the education, the promotion is the best ROI. Okay. So this one is confirmed cash inside your account. All right. For the refund. Can the indicator be incorporated into TOS? No, it's coded into MQL, so cannot. Say I executed 2 standard lots trade and my account is 2007. I don't trade for 2 years. After 3rd year, can I withdraw from 2007 for XC? I think so, yes. But why waste? I mean, why waste, right? if you get the $700, go for it and try to make money. Okay, how to get MT4? Just go to this website here, fill in everything, all right, and the email will be sent to you, and all the information will be there. Okay, and we'll let you know where to get the indicator, where to get the MT4, and everything will be there. Okay, the mini PC of 100 plus is a one-time purchase. I'm not single already. I have, yeah, I'm single. Actually, my children is just behind me. The trial has expiry date, yes. I don't understand. Pauline, when you join us, do you understand Forex? I think that Pauline also don't understand. Now she's the expert already. Yeah. If you really need the tall indicator, let me know. If many people requested, then I will just give you like another 30 days more. No problem with that. No loss for me. My intention is really for you guys to know what is wash and rinse, even if you don't join the course, right? Which I hope so, because I'm proud of the course, the method, and I think that $700 is a super good deal. All right, and you get exposed to something. Who knows what happened? Like as well as what Pauline said, you can try already, you don't like it, but it really helps in terms of you reading the stock market. It's like the stock market, right? Is level 1 only in terms of your skills, but when you go for, let's say, Forex, gold, oil, indexes, it may be level up to become level 100. Okay, so this one I can assure you. Okay. All right. You don't need to set up the VPS. You don't need to set up the trade manager. If you can't do that, we will remote access and set up everything for you. Remote access and do it everything for you. Okay. That's what we do. All right. I don't normally open and close trading within a few minutes. I did that just now. It's just to tell you, for some people, you don't know how to fulfill that 2 standard lots, right? This is the trick. Open, close, and that's it. You just lose $50 or maybe $40. All right. So this is like more like I won't say a gimmick, but a way for you to quickly get your cash refund back. Okay. We don't trade in this manner. All right. Can I sign up by paying via other credit cards? Yeah, PayPal is actually credit card. Wait a while to check. Esther, check in terms of your email, like junk spam. XC from Jiayi will not know what you are talking about, okay? Because you guys are so important that there is a dedicated support team, okay? That is in Australia and Singapore supporting you. So the email that you will get to, right, is not the general email, okay? So this is the email that you will be going to XC, especially for this promotion, and especially for Terra 6 client, right? This is the email for the refund. Do we need to input any coupon code? No. Can Malaysian open an account with XC? Yes. Will the broker running similar promotion in near future? Don't know. Can share the ROI of the system? I don't know how to share, because as I mentioned, right, there are trades where some take, some don't take. I share with you my own ROI, okay? So my account is with the broker. It's about 6 figure, all right? Every month, I withdraw about 5 figure, can? The reason why I'm not telling you this because there's no reason why people want to tell you the profit they make. I don't see why. For example, I see that if I have a lot of money, then you might come and kidnap my children. I mean, just joking. But you know, if you how much are you earning in terms of your salary, huh? How much do you make a month? What's your salary? Tell me, please. It doesn't make sense, right? Okay, so I can only let you know mine, but I don't know about my students because there is a difference here. Why? Because I am able to hold a trade as, see this one here. Okay, I am able to hold a trade, right? Until, just give me a minute. This is a very factual thing. What? Where's my... Oh, here we go. Okay, so I am able to hold a trade until that it's fully play out. For example, these students here, CS, all right? So the initial position 310 pips, the add-on position about 100 pips, right? But some students who cannot let it automatically add position, they feel scared. I have one student where it was a profitable trade for pound franc. So when Alum starts to add position, even it's profitable, right? He quickly sends a message to say, how do I stop Alum from adding position? You know? So there are some people who cannot do that. All right, so it's very difficult to give an ROI for you. Okay, but I can only share with you this is my own. Okay, but you never see me drive a car. Why? Because I'm a hazard on the road. Okay, I cycle most of the time. Okay, because I told you before of the way that is with me in terms of my career. Okay, I've seen a lot of people doing preview to just put the Ferrari the car key on the table and say I drive a Ferrari, and then you join me, you make so much. But then no, if it's like that, then we don't have so many people here in this particular session, isn't it? All right. Can you use wise transfer? Yes, for Malaysian students, they use some other transfer, so please go to the support, right, and ask the Malaysian or ask XC or Blueberry. Okay, the mini PC is required to run 24 hours, so if so, getting a mini PC is not practical since it doesn't have keyword to even put in a trade. I don't understand this question. A mini PC is just like a PC, okay, which is just keep on running like server. Okay, you need a server to run all these automations, or rather run Alum only. Okay. Yes, the indicator trial will expire on 30th of April. You sign up for 25th, before 25th of April, then you can continue to get the updated indicator. All right, I hope that you sign up. Have the indicators been wrong? Yes, there is no 100% right indicator, no 100% right trades. We have our wrong and then we get stop out for sure. May I know what is the win rate using the system? Mine is about 70%. Okay, the mini PC doesn't require a keyboard. No, what we do is that we actually use a remote access to remote access it, and the remote access is called AnyDesk. I've done quite extensive video on how to do that. I just cannot find the video for you. Let me just get it for you, and then you can see. Something like that, maybe. Here we go, this one, the home server. less than US 100 for MetaTrader notification indicators, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's my mini PC. How long will you hold weekly or monthly? What do you mean? You mean for the webinar? The webinar is probably I've been doing the webinar for a long time already. So it's every week, except the week that I have the few weeks I have COVID. Cannot talk. Just talk and breathe and then cough. So the students know about it. A mini PC is a device or program installed in a computer. It's actually a device. Here we go. This one. See that? Yeah. Okay. Is that small? Less, about 15 centimeter as a box. Okay. Yeah. I also hope that you sign for the course, because why? I just let you know. I feel very proud of it, and then it's $700. I just feel worth it. But anyway, if you don't sign, it's fine. Yeah. Remote PC reliable in terms of performance as a hardware. My mini PC is I bought for about $140. And it's been running for about 2.5 years already. Is from this brand called B-Link, but you can get any other brands because the students actually got from any other brands. All right. I won't say that it will be totally 100% reliable, as in where it can last for 2.5 years. Like my friends once kaput about 1 year. Okay. But if you don't want to get a VPS, then you use this as a replacement. Because I have to get a mini PC, one thing, because I have actually 4 or 5 VPS, okay, running 4 or 5 VPS in different for different purposes. But I get a mini PC because I'm actually using a Mac, and I get so fed up, right, where the Mac has certain problems. So what I do is I am using AnyDesk. You see my screen here. Okay, this one AnyDesk. Okay, and then I'm using it, right, to remote access inside, and I'm actually running a Windows here. You see that? How do I show you I'm running a Windows? See, I'm running a Windows here. See, Windows, right? But I'm actually using a Mac. Okay, so I just changed my table layout, but I can't let you see my mini PC. My mini PC is hidden under my table. All right. So the mini PC is to host alum trades. Alum, okay, which is this trade manager here. Let me just show it to you. Just give me a minute now. Okay, so you want, let's say for example, just explain. Okay, so let's say for example, I put in a trade, all right, for this, and it's doing very well. I want it to shift the stop loss for me automatically. I want it to add new position for me automatically. All right, I can't do it if my computer is off. All right, okay, it has to be on. But other than that, right, if you want to have your charts drawn all these lines, and then you want to see the arrows, you don't need to have this server or mini PC. Okay, so this, I think that these are not important points. All right, we will get these sorted out for you. Most important is, number one, you like the course, you are interested to give it a try, you want to get the $700 cash, and you want to sign up before 25th of April so that you can attend the 27th of April session. That's all. All right. Let me see. You're gonna get the recording tomorrow. You don't need to get a mini PC, just to let you know. How long do you average hold trade? Sometimes if we reach a profit target in a day, we exit on a day. All right, sometimes 2 or 3 days. Okay. Remember that the longer profit target that we want. All right, so for example, if let's say you want to trade Tesla, okay, Tesla now $800, right? If you want to sell Tesla at 1,002, do you wait Do you need to wait for a long, long time? Yes, right? If I want to, if it's now it's $800, you want to sell Tesla at 801, $1 profit. I don't think you need to wait a long time. I think this is the whole idea here, right? You can use a trade manager if you don't have any mini PC. Yes, you can. You don't need a server. You can use it to help you open a trade, help you to determine your stop loss and profit target, but it can't shift the stop loss automatically for you. It can't add on position for you. All right. I think that remote PC is reliable as long as your connection is reliable. It needs a wireless internet connection. If you already subscribe to a VPS, you just need to run the program. Yes. Okay. The promotion only lasts for today. No. Okay. The promotion doesn't last for today. So you can take your time to really to consider. Even if you don't sign up, it's also fine. All right. But the last date, right, to receive this one here, to get the extra 2 hours course, you have to sign up before 2359. Okay. All right. So the last date to get that extra course. Is there a subscription for VPS fee? Yes, there is. Okay, VPS is charged by the external provider, not by your broker. Will the system hang if you're running Alum and TOS and Microsoft program at the same time? I don't think so. All right. MT4 is very light. My indicator is also very light in terms of memory usage. And yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so when is the next live session? It's not compulsory to have mini PC. What is the next live session? For like this, I don't really run this very often. I don't really run a lot of webinars or free webinars or preview webinars very often. I think I'm a little bit different from the other people. Okay, because I don't make a lot of money from selling courses. All right. So I don't think that there's any next live webinar session. I mean, like this, okay? But if you're talking about my own course, right, then every Tuesday and Thursday, there is a live session with my students, okay? So these students have paid for the course. Meaning that we must have a strong and stable Wi-Fi if we have the mini PC, right? Actually, no, you don't need to have that. There's no special requirement. So even, for example, right, if let's say at one moment there's no internet connection for 1 hour, it doesn't really matter because everything has been sent to your brokers. It gets inside your broker. So the requirement for the trade manager is not very high. Okay, so we have students who just switch on the computer, right, before 9 o'clock also can, to have it shifted stop loss. All right. If Alum only one instance at a time, meaning if one trade is running by Alum, can Alum run on another trade? Yes, can, no problem. That means that how to say? Right now I have, let's say I have Aussie franc trade, right? Remember just now we put in a sell in Aussie franc. Okay, I just have to open another one more tab here. All right, let's say I open this tab here, and then I say I want to have the trade on pound, for example. So because we had a trade on pound just now, right? And I just put in Arum. And you see so many different tabs here. Okay, I can put in as many trades as I want to. All right. So I can even put in, let's say, you want to trade into oil. All right. This is oil here. And then you also can put in trade of oil. All right. So for example, oil. So we had a very nice bullish signal in oil. That was a nice trade as well. In fact, there was dong, 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 and then we traded last week on oil. All right, on the buy side. All right. It's the live recorded. Yes, correct. It's recorded. Every session is recorded so that you can review it as and when you need to. All right. It's streamed into YouTube and available immediately. The weekly sessions at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. No, 9 p.m. and 4 p.m. Like tomorrow session would be a 4 p.m. session. All right. For my students, I actually haven't announced. We haven't announced it because just got my schedule. So 4 p.m. session, and then the Thursday session will be a 9 p.m. session. How much do we need to pay for your course after we join the alien wash? $700. The course is here. All right. $700, no upsell. Yes, Jolene, you have to keep the mini PC on like a server 24 hours a day, and you can switch off your computer. Okay. It's good that you can just look at my video on how to set up a home server for MetaTrader 4. That will pretty much explain. Is Alum updated daily? I presume you're talking about the shift or stop loss. Yes, updated, not daily, but hourly, or maybe tick by tick or second by second. Yeah. One is the bonus Tor lesson and the topic cover. I will just sum up for you what you need to read, as in, you can just do the lesson by reading, or you can just attend my lesson for 2 hours and then you get the condensed session. Do we need to pay for real-time data feed in XE Blueberry? No. It can use for any platform, only MT4 for XE and Blueberry. All right, only 2 brokers. If our account is small, can we take in as many trades in the system? Will we get margin call if trade is against us? If your account is small, you cannot take that many trades in the system, because I do not know how small is your account. You aren't likely to get a margin call if you use Alone, because there is a control. Okay. You set your own control. If you're down by, let's say, 10%, you will stop opening new trades for you. Of course, then if you overtraded means that, let's say you account only $100, but then you attempt to trade one standard lot, which is not possible, but this is what I'm trying to illustrate, right? Then you can easily lose everything. All right, so don't do this kind of things. Okay, it's not a gamble. Let's try to learn something. Okay, let's try to get a skill. One of my friend recently was very sick, really very sick. All right, so she is covered by insurance. Okay, but one of the comment that she made is that she lost her income. Okay, no more income already. She also don't know how to go and find income because can't get any other job already. 15 years ago, I told her to go and buy a HDB flat. 5 years ago, is it 5 years or X years ago, when the REITs, right, came down, I told her to buy REITs as an income, even using CPF. During the COVID low, I told her to buy into REITs and for income, but she did nothing for that. Okay, now in this situation, she's caught. So we don't want this to happen. So if you can, let's try to get a skill. Okay. Do you think in future you will develop options trading in your trading system, trading manager? The answer is actually no. If you see what I have right now, okay, just give me a minute. I just get the right picture. If you see what I have right now, right? Okay, I have Alum actually. I have the whole Tor coded in TradingView. Okay, I mean, what do you want to see? Apple. Okay, I have Tor coded in TradingView. For example, here is a Tor signal, which I did the sell puts of Apple. All right. There are also sell signal that I never put in here, but I never and will never release this version to my trading community. All right. Why is that so? I've never think of releasing though. It's challenging and fun for me to code this and to program this. And I just use it myself. Never think of, turning it into a cost to go and sell money. Okay, it's never crossed my mind. So if, let's say, for example, my students want to learn how to use it in stocks, and they ask me, I probably just say, okay, let's do every Thursday for 10 sessions, or maybe continuously for 6 months, we do a lesson on stocks. Okay, how about that? They're happy, and then we just continue with that. All right, so I never think about it though. If I do it, then the other option trainer, nothing to sell anymore. I'm not too interested to sell this. Okay, I'm more interested to program, to think about systems, automations, and then to put it for my own trades, and to know what are the trades to do. Yeah, the tonight is recorded. How long is this live session? About an hour, because Binni needs to sleep at 10:30. Starts at 9, then about an hour. What's the minimum requirement amount you should fund the account to effectively trade all your trades? Maybe 10,000, or maybe 5,000, 8,000. REITs still low? Don't know. I covered REITs earlier with my own group. Ask me when you join my course. Would I be a disadvantage if I don't set up the mini PC to host the trade manager? Why don't you just take Blueberry free 6-month VPS? You know, you don't need to think about the trade manager. Just take the free 6-month VPS. Can already. It's free anyway. How will your system help with option traders? It's the same thing, right? Let's say, for example, you learn. Okay, wait. Give me a minute. These are the boxes, okay? And then we know that Apple has been going up, all right? So this is a box height. So you just put like something like this here, okay? And then obviously there is a support around here, but you know, the market likes to push it down like nothing happened, okay? So switch into the day, you just hunt for wash and means here. Okay, and once you have it, just put in a sell call, sell put, or you just do something about it. All right. We will send you the link for tonight, webinar, you know, via email tomorrow. Can we get the talk? Can't you see the trading signal in stocks in Allo MTM? Why must you see? Yeah, as I explained, right, for stocks in MT4, they only offer limited. So Apple will be something they want to offer. But if you want like other stocks, like you want let's say what other stocks? Tesla for sure will have. But if you want DOCU, then they don't have. All right. So not all of them will be inside MT4. Where and how did you learn this algo trading? My job. Some brokers have US stocks in MT4. Does XC and Blueberry have US stocks in MT4? Yes, have. Can we learn trading algorithm from you? Oh, this is a very hard topic. Very, very difficult topic to assess. Maybe not lah. That's my 探家. VPS is for free from XC. No, XC is not free. You need 5 lots, minimum 5 lots, but free for Blueberry for the first 6 months. Okay. How much is the VPS charged monthly? About 10 USD to 30 USD, 30 plus USD. Okay. I think I answered almost all the questions. Now it's about 10:30 already. Pauline knows that I need to sleep. Okay, so let me just flash the sign up page here. So this is the sign up page, huh? So I hope that, again, all right, I hope that you join my session. I hope that you take the course. If you don't want, I think it's fine, but I still hope that you take. Anyway, $700, why not take it? All right. Even if you are not familiar with Forex or indexes, but I think it's going to help. And if there's anything, just send an email to us. Okay. All right. So I end the session here, right? Okay, good. Thanks a lot. And I hope to see you in my course. Okay. Bye-bye.